There's been constant banter back and forth all weekend.
Well, one, they can't figure out what the mascot is.
Who has the duck bowl right now?
Y'all about to lose it.
Hey, Hill State. Hill State.
No, hotty toddy, but still, hotty toddy.
But at the end of the day, they're just trying to do the best they can for the ducks and for conservation. And what's cool is they support each other when they need to.
Whenever they do good, we try to do better. When we do well, they try to do better than us. And at the end of the day, the ducks just get paid. Get 'em.
Ducks Unlimited Television is presented by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting.
Hello, I'm Ashley Horobetz, welcoming you again to Ducks Unlimited Television. In this episode, I joined two rising stars in the DU University program on a great hunt in Mississippi. Conditions were challenging, but we made the most of our opportunities and learned a lot about the conservation commitment that young people around the country are pledging to Ducks Unlimited. The sun is shining, the ducks are flying, and the action is fast-paced on this episode of DUTV.
So this weekend we've got two special volunteers out of our collegiate chapter program. First is Kennedy Pass. Kennedy is with the Ole Miss chapter. Very cool story. She came up through our varsity chapter program.
Me getting involved with DU was through my high school chapter. We actually founded the high school chapter when I was there my junior year.
One of the first varsity chapters in the state of Mississippi, Jackson Prep. And we also have my boy Ben Hoffman. Ben is with the Mississippi State chapter. Ben's a go-getter. He's a fiery guy. He has a passion, as you can tell, for the outdoors and for conservation.
Like I was telling Mark, I jump on 55 and this first person to answer their phone, I was headed south. First person to answer their phone, hey, all right, let's get in the woods. And hunted everywhere from Coldwater, Mississippi, all the way down to Vicksburg. So this is nothing new. This is hometown right here.
Yeah,
jump in the woods.
So we are in my beautiful home state of Mississippi, right here in the Delta where I grew up hunting, and it's always such a great time to be back here.
I've always enjoyed being a part of Ducks Unlimited, and a lot of people have joked around with me saying, how are you even the chairman? You've never been on a duck hunt.
Just let it kind of happen.
Good shot.
That is my first bird.
Was it? Oh, that's great. And it's a drake for your first bird.
You excited?
Yeah, I am. It was fun. And the light in the dog's eyes is kind of fascinating. You have the enjoyment on your face, you look around, everyone else is celebrating with you.
What did y'all think about this morning?
I mean, it was absolutely amazing.
Your
Never seen
first
anything like
drake.
it. I mean, it's so cool because something about that complete energizing feeling when the birds come flying in the sky and you just seriously get to have this crazy experience that's so energizing and all your endorphins are firing, and that's kind of what I felt this morning.
Have you ever been on a hunt like this? You have.
Oh yeah, this was true Mississippi fashion. You know,
I
flooded
know.
timber, Woody's early in the morning, fast, get it done.
Right.
NASCAR style.
Back to eat breakfast.
That's right.
That's really
That's
the way
right.
I like it. I mean, I got snacks, but there's nothing like bacon and eggs.
That's right. What attracted me to the outdoors was being kind of stuck in the city whenever I was growing up. It was something that was intriguing, something that you knew there was a natural calling there. Being stuck on a concrete slab and stuck in between brick walls, it just didn't feel right.
And you grew up hunting around this area.
My first true duck hunt, sitting in the blind, throwing decoys, hearing the calls for the first time, seeing birds work. I was probably 13 or 14 years old. I remember sitting in that blind and just having mallards tornado around us and hearing pintails over the top of us and looking in the sky and seeing thousands of birds. At that age, I didn't even understand that there were that many birds in the sky at all. Just absolutely blew me away, and it sucked me in. That was Delta birds too, so it was just right here, not 45 miles away from here, and absolutely fell in love with it. No doubt about it.
Y'all just did your first interview.
Love it.
Didn't even realize it.
Ducks Unlimited Television is presented by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting. Mossy Oak Shadow Grass Habitat, the official camo of Ducks Unlimited. Browning Firearms, the best there is. Native Nurseries, hand-selected, hand-grown plants for wildlife. Higdon Outdoors, quality, customer service, innovation, that's Higdon. Mossy Oak Properties, America's land specialist. And Ducks Unlimited celebrates 15 million acres conserved.
Been constant banter back and forth all weekend, and nothing crazy, just some little jabs here and there.
Well, one, they can't figure out what their mascot is.
Who won the Egg Bowl in 2020?
I don't know who won it in 2019.
Who leads the record in the Egg Bowl series?
I don't know.
Who has the Duck Bowl right now?
Y'all about to lose it.
Like we have the Egg Bowl, and the Mississippi State and Ole Miss chapter have the Duck Bowl. And it's just a competition between the two schools and who can raise the most money.
I think what I've noticed over this weekend is that while there's rivalry to be the best chapter within the state of Mississippi, there's a lot of respect for each other, and that's what we love to see. Good, heated rivalries, but at the end of the day, they're just trying to do the best they can for the ducks and for conservation. And what's cool is they support each other when they need to.
It's been a really awesome experience just getting to see that chapter not only grow, but seem sustainable.
From a Bulldog, y'all have grown that chapter, and it's a very, very respectable chapter at this point.
That was really nice. Hey, Hail State. Hail State.
No, hotty-toddy, but still, hotty-toddy. Everyone knows there's a rivalry between Mississippi State and Ole Miss. It is really cool to see how this rivalry has really fed an amazing building of resources for the conservation effort as a whole.
As much as we don't like the school up north, we love them at the same time, just for the fact that we're brothers and sisters in this organization, and we both support the same cause. So whenever they do good, we try to do better. When we do well, they try to do better than us, and at the end of the day, the Ducks just get paid.
And the community aspect of it is beyond. I mean, it's a family. It's not just a group of people who you go have meetings with and plan these events with. I could call anyone in my chapter or anyone, frankly, in the state of Mississippi, and they would be there for me in a second. If my car broke down or anything, it is a true family unit.
And I think when you have good leadership, I think it helps to, kind of keep people coming back. People come to DU for, I think, the main reason, conservation and, wanting to be involved in Ducks Unlimited. But you stay for a numerous amount of things. You stay because you love the planning aspect. You stay because of the people, like your committee members, y'all go hunt together.
We have a girl that's from Stuttgart, Arkansas. We have another girl that's from Missouri. We have a guy that's from Florida. Wow. So we always, every year, try to hang out at somebody's house during break and kind of get a taste of everybody's hometown. It's just so we can, like Kennedy was saying, it's such a personal aspect of it. It's not that I just want to hunt with you. It's like, I want to know where you're from.
Right.
I want to meet your mama. I want to go and eat breakfast with you in the blind.
Because I feel at home right here, right now, because this is my home state. This is how I grew up duck hunting. This kind of being your first experience, like that's exciting for me. And that's how it should be. That's even part of the R3 movement, is just introducing somebody to, your type of culture of hunting. And like you said, it just kind of builds that community. And, these are friends that you're going to have forever, I think that's so great.
The Council to Advance Hunting and the Shooting Sports calls it R3, which means recruitment, retention, and reactivation. Their action plan aims to retain and bring new participants to traditional outdoor activities like hunting and keep the wheels of conservation turning. Here at DU, we've been doing that for decades. On the recruitment front, DU's Green Wing, varsity, and university programs are aimed at introducing young people to the conservation lifestyle. Green Wing members establish a lifelong conservation foundation through participating in events and education. Our varsity members learn about the volunteer spirit and giving back through their high school chapters scattered across the nation. And university members learn about leadership, finances, and gain goal-setting skills that will serve them in graduation, in their careers, and in life beyond school. DU retains and reactivates our members and volunteers through constant communication and inclusion in our mission. They truly understand their value to wetlands conservation and their role in helping Ducks Unlimited fill the skies with waterfowl. DU staff, members, and volunteers stand squarely behind the R3 movement and will continue to lead the way in the conservation community. To learn more about how you can help, check out our website at ducks.org.
DU Insights is brought to you by Mossy Oak Properties. Find your favorite place at mossyoakproperties.com.
I actually started the Ducks Unlimited involvement through the conservation side of things. I was very interested in conserving wildlife. I got up to Ole Miss my first freshman year and immediately joined that chapter. I absolutely love planning the events. I think it is so much fun. I like the decorating, the picking out auction items. I think that whole aspect of it really did draw me to Ducks Unlimited.
My involvement with Ducks Unlimited started with a buddy. At the time I was working at a sportsman's store and we started talking about hunting and found out that we were going to the same university, and he was like, hey man, you should come to this meeting. You know, just friend of a friend, reach out, gonna have pizza, gonna hang out, you know, cool people, come hang out. Nothing really drew me to it Ducks Unlimited wise until I got into the meeting and realized it was a Ducks Unlimited meeting. And we started talking about hunting, started talking about conservation. DU stands for everything that waterfowling is. What it means to me conservation aspect wise is me not growing up in an environment where I was just immersed in hunting, being able to continue this tradition, being able to continue this and pass it on to people like myself that weren't necessarily brought up in it. I was hooked, you know. It's exactly what Kennedy was saying, the conservation aspect. My wife's a conservation biology major. I'm all about the sportsmanship aspect of hunting, and I was ate up with it. Right out in front, left to right.
I am a biology major, so I've gotten to learn a lot about keystone species, and without one species in a certain area, the entire ecosystem can fall. So protecting these homes and these wetlands is vital.
And this, to me, in my opinion, is one of the better eating ducks. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna pluck him so we can leave the skin on, breast it out, gonna throw it in the skillet with a little garlic, a little butter. Woo, it's gonna be good.
I've grown up eating wild game my whole entire life. Have always kind of done it in the normal ways, you know, gumbo or duck poppers or dove poppers. And I've really kind of over the past few years have wanted to just take it to another level. By leaving the skin on, it just kind of makes a crisp whenever you put it, and we'll sear it in the pan, and it just gives it such good flavor. And you're actually tasting the duck instead of tasting like all of the bacon and the, you know, the popper and the cream cheese. And this is, to me, one of the better eating ducks out there. So I'll let you start plucking it away. Got this side and this side right here.
Just like this, right?
Just remember to like kind of push down whenever you do it, and you'll be able to get a little bit more leverage.
I also love the fact that, I mean, this came straight from the wild. It is so almost organic.
It is as organic as you can get.
Absolutely.
You can cook it medium to medium rare, and it just gives it just a really good flavor. That's the one thing about duck is you don't want to overcook it, because it's already tough in nature anyway, especially with mallards.
This is exciting. I've never done anything like it, and it's definitely a fun first experience. Kind of got to go from beginning to end with me on how to clean a duck, and preparing it was really cool, and God, the duck flavor is amazing.
It's really important to the future of duck hunting that we start the next generation the right way. We want to make a generation of safe, passionate hunters, and that means teaching them gun safety, and it means teaching them how to shoot. The first trips to the range with your kids, really important. I think a great way to start, if you want to teach wing shooters, is with a BB gun with the sights cut off. There's no recoil, it's light, they can shoot it forever, it's inexpensive. It is a great way to start. And then when you want to move up, a really good bird to start with is a slow incomer, a target that gives them a lot of time to get ready, hangs there. It's still a target that's moving, you can't aim at it. You don't have to rush because it's not going away. They have plenty of time to get ready and make the shot. And as soon as they can master that shot, I think it's important to start teaching a gun mount, because you can't shoot ducks with a pre-mounted gun. You need to be able to get the gun up and into actions. As soon as they've got that, get them in the habit of starting with a low gun, mounting and shooting, and that incoming target is great for that too. And we're talking about a target that you can break with a 410 if the child is really young, or a 20 gauge. And then from there you can go on to more difficult shots. Now, I started my boys both when they were 11 or 12 years old. I thought that was about the right age. They were big enough to handle a youth gun, but the thing about those youth guns is they will outgrow those like that. The next season they're ready for a bigger gun. When it comes time to buy them their first real gun, you know, a gun like this Maxus 2 is a great choice. It's a gas gun, so the recoil is soft. It's not a heavy gun, so a younger child, 12, 13-year-old child can shoot it. And it's got a stock you can cut down, so they can grow all the way through their high school years with them and be a gun that they can shoot right into adulthood. Throughout all those first lessons at the range and even those first hunts, it's really important that we emphasize safety. And one good way to do that is to control the ammunition. Now, I would leave my own gun at home. I keep the ammunition in my pocket. I give out one shell at a time. It is really important that we raise a generation of safe hunters, hunters that want to come back for more, and hunters that want to keep preserving wetlands.
Ducks Unlimited's Guns and Gear is brought to you by Tetra Hearing. Built for hunters by hunters. Calls, wings, or triggers, hear the hunt like never before. DUTV is powered by Zinc Calls, a champion in every call. Browning Ammunition, the best there is. Biologic, scientifically proven wildlife products. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. Tetra Hearing, more than hearing protection, it's hearing perfection. Closed captioning for Ducks Unlimited Television is brought to you by Mossy Oak Bottomland, the official timber pattern of Ducks Unlimited.
A good waterfowl retriever needs to handle. That means taking hand signals and responsive to whistle stops. Let's see how to make the whistle stops very easy. There's really two parts to training whistle stops the positive way, the Wild Rose way. Number one is we got to get the dog desensitized to thrown bumpers. They're going to be the lure. They're going to be the excitement why to stop, because something exciting is going to happen. So we can't have them chasing the diversion. Number two is we're going to teach the dog to stop coming toward us instead of going away from us initially. We've set out a trailing memory, a memory behind the dog. The dog is placed at sit. We call the dog to us, stop. As the dog stops clean, diversion, the dog looks back and is a back cast. We gave the reason for the dog to stop, to see the lure, the excitement. The dog wants to stop to see what you're going to do. Now we're ready for step three. I think the dog's ready to stop going out. We don't want to overhandle again, so every other time we're going to be working on the dog coming toward us and giving that lure the reason to stop. It's going to be important to time the bumper flying and the whistle stop very, very close to the time the dog turns and looks. He sees the bumper. Good stop, eyes come back, and there's your reward. One important rule, we always pick up those diversions. We never let the dog have them. Therefore, he never switches. There you have it. Whistle stops made easy. We get the dog to want to stop to the whistle coming toward us, and then we move out from there. Don't overhandle your dog. Don't stop them too often going out away from you, or you'll develop a confidence problem. And then you've got a problem that you have to take out in your training.
Duck Dog with Mike Stewart is presented by Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs.
Hunting this weekend with Kennedy and with Ben has been an absolute joy. Just even watching them on camera and seeing the passion that they have for what they're doing. It's humbling in a way, and it also allows me to kind of take a step back and take a deep breath and go, you know what, we're in good hands.
We went from 0 girls except for myself to about 13 or 14 with some very involved young women. My best friend Annabelle has been very interested. She'd never shot a gun until we took her shooting one time. I mean, And it's something she was never interested in, and now she's like, I want a shotgun. Like, I want to do this.
Right. That can be kind of a misconception about DU in general, is that, you know, well, I don't hunt, I can't be involved. You don't necessarily have to. You know, hunting's not for everybody, but conservation is. Even if somebody is maybe not interested in hunting, even if they've been one time, but they're just like, hey, that's not for me, but I love the conservation aspect of it, and I love giving. What you've done now is you've created a lifetime supporter.
College has really brought that out. I don't know if you've seen that at State, but you get all kinds of people very eager to get involved.
Absolutely. So we have one girl specifically who was like completely anti-hunting everything. Not just didn't like to hunt, did not hunt herself, but was against hunting, like 100% against hunting. She came to one of our meetings, and when she kind of got exposed to Ducks Unlimited and what we do, putting back into the land, putting back into wetlands, she kind of was exposed to hunting isn't just killing. You know, there's so many aspects of sportsmanship that Ducks Unlimited stands for that you kind of see in what the work does and what Ducks Unlimited does as an organization that you don't see unless you kind of are introduced to it. Otherwise, wouldn't care for hunting, wouldn't care for Ducks Unlimited as an organization because they only see it as a hunting organization.
Ducks Unlimited's network of university chapters at colleges around the U.S. are built and sustained by dedicated and passionate volunteers. The events they work so hard to develop provide substantial funding so DU can continue its mission to develop and conserve wetlands and waterfowl. Special thanks to Dr. Ronald Robertson for opening his property to us and for all the tireless years of service he has given to Ducks Unlimited. Thanks again for watching DUTV.
Now I just went off into the path. Can I stop and start over? I'm sorry I'm giving you more editing footage. He's staring a hole through me because he's hungry.
I always look at the camera for this. I'm your biggest fan watching the camera.
I know, bro.
I'm your biggest fan.